Hello guys, welcome to our second video. So on the previous video, we created our steel project and also create a sample component, went through some of those folders. And for this video, I wanted to share a little bit with you guys about how the framework works, and some other considerations concerning to especially to the environment when it comes to um, uh, VS Code. So first of all, let me tell you guys that Stitch.js is pure JavaScript. So we don't have those bundlers, for example, Webpack, the way it happens with some other frameworks or libraries. So we have everything built in pure JavaScript. Yet we have those we have we have those cool features available, like for example the export and import, which has to do with ESModule. Actually, this is because the browsers now they support it natively. This is why we are able to do that, and this is also when things are a little bit tricky, and I wanted first of all to share with you guys one thing concerning to VS Code. What I will do, I will come here, I will create these let me see, folder I'll call util, and inside this util I will create a file which I will call calculation.js, and um, inside here I will export a class calculation, and inside here what I will do, I will put the sum function, and I'll have v1 and v2, and I'll console log it. So once it is done, what I'll do, I'll come here, I'll call the constructor, which is to say that when my component is getting instantiated, I whatever like it's here, I want it to happen. So what I will do, I will now call my calculation, uh, and I will like call that function or that method, which is sum. That's yeah, everything is here. It's not okay. It's missing. Should be like this. Okay. P1 heater. Sorry, should be some numbers. Now we have our project running. I mean, our um code changed, and our project is also running. I'll go here, and I'll go to the terminal, and here we go. So that's the value we got. You guys can see line 4 on our calculation. Let me go back to the code. Yeah, we are passing these. Okay, so I put v1 two times. It should be v2. Yeah, I was confused about. Okay, that's correct now. Yeah, so one thing is, sometimes we have our VS Code. um, the auto import doesn't put the .js extension on our import. This is how it works uh, by default. So we have to do some configuration. It's a very basic one, but if we don't do that, I mean, if we don't have .js, because this is what we have, for example, in React, we don't have to have .js. If we don't have .js, this is going to cause some trouble. So things won't work. Like we see here, it says not found. So we have to have dot G, dot JS on our imports. Otherwise it won't work. So this is one thing, and again, this is because Still.js is pure JavaScript, so we don't have nothing behind the scenes that is going to manage, especially this part of the code when it comes to import. So the other thing is, like when comparing Stitches with other frameworks, we we normally uh, we normally won't have those building processes, which is not something, I'm not saying it's something bad or something that is not good, but so we don't need, definitely we don't need that in Stitch.js. Yet like we saw, we have these cool features, but in addition to that, we have some other features. For example, annotations. We have annotations, although they are based on JS Doc, but we have real capabilities that we can, or that are being provided through annotations. So this is some very important thing that we have to keep in mind. Please, if you are using Stitches, don't forget to configure your code editor when it comes to the auto import, to put .js at the end. And for doing that, in VS Code, so we go on the settings. If we go to import modules, we have this option here. Actually, I have it working fine. The import is adding the .js, but if you don't have, just go to .js. I mean, just select this last option, which is .js or .ts, and you should be good to go. So that's it for this video. See you on the next one. Take care.